you're not going to have that opportunity. And that doesn't mean that you won't be able to do that kind of job, but it just means that you're not at the class of the job that they're going to give you or things that they're going to offer you. They want somebody that's hardworking, that cares about his academics, right? I know it's hard. It's really hard to have a 3.0, and especially when you're doing science, engineering. Trust me, it's not easy. But that's why we're here for, right? We're here to go to school. I know get involved is good, but have a good GPA is another thing. It's gonna open you a lot of doors. You're gonna get to good schools, and you have a lot of opportunities with a GPA more than 3.0. Thanks. Somebody wanna have it?
Okay, so that's where the importance of it comes in. Kaplan, 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 Kaplan. Remember that word, Kaplan. You can apply to be a Kaplan scholar if you have a 3.5 or above, especially if you come from an institution like this one, where you don't have an associate's yet. And if you have a 3.5, they basically help you pay for colleges, and they give you monthly stipends, and they give you money for books, they buy you a laptop, you just get a whole bunch of stuff by being a Kaplan scholar. Like, my mom used to always tell me, like, get good grades so that they can, in Spanish, is like, te bequen. That means so that you can get a beca or a scholarship, a full scholarship to whatever college you wanted to go to. And that's the opportunity that I have forgotten about. I did not have a 3.5. So it's like I could not apply for a Kaplan, but we do have a student in this room that is a 3.5 or above and is a Kaplan scholar. And like earlier is the girl with the curly hair. but yeah, like seeing her transition into that showed me the value of having a high GPA, because I just thought that if you graduated, got the diploma, it didn't matter what GPA I had when I went to the job. Look, I got the diploma that I needed to require, that it was a requirement for me to even get this job. And it's like, now I understand that the GPA does matter and is actually extremely important. You can make way more money by having, and you save way more money by having a higher GPA than not having one.
Okay. The importance of having a high GPA is quite simple. Money. High GPA give you money, period. You can apply for scholarship with a high GPA. It's simple and it's true. When you apply for let's say you apply for Ivy League, you want to go to Harvard, you want to go to Columbia, you want to go to all that school. First of all, you need a good GPA. You're going to have any other thing that's going to come along, you're going to need a good GPA for those schools to even consider you. That's one. And you want the best for you. It does not matter if it's at school, it does not matter if it's in your professional life. When you're applying for a job and you say, I just graduated and I graduated with a 4.0, as soon as the person read your resume and look at that 4.0, he want to talk to you. You secure at least an interview. Even if you don't get the job, you're at least going to get an interview, because that person is going to be at least intrigued enough to be like, this guy must be smart. I need to talk to him. Having a good GPA send a message, a simple message. He's smart. That's what he said. It doesn't mean that you can do more than the person that does not have a GPA. It doesn't mean that you're better than them. But on paper, you are better than them. You are better. You are capable to keep up the work. You are capable to work consistently regardless of the challenge. Because as students, we all have challenge. And we can't even start explaining. If you start talking to some student, they will tell them that, they will tell you that the challenge will just start. You just shut your mouth and sit down. We all have challenge, but as student, the priority of student is grade. The first thing you gotta do is show that you're a student. You have to have that grade. I'm a 4.0, that's a good thing. I'm a 3.5, that's a good thing. I'm a 2.0, I gotta get better. I'm a 3.0, I gotta get better. If you don't have a 4.0, you gotta be aspiring there. You got to be working your best to get there. It will save you money, like Carlos said. When you're applying for college and you have a good GPA, of course you get full scholarship. You get full scholarship. Let's say you go to Harvard where you got to pay $50,000 per year, and you got a full scholarship. That's a lot of money in your pocket already. That's saving money. So get a good GPA. I don't even know. This is like the priority as a student. You got to get a good GPA. It will help you in anything that you try to do, anything that you try to accomplish. Thank you.
I won't take too long on this question. So basically, what they said is correct. And but what I think is also key to having a high GPA is the freedom. You get to choose where you go. You get to pick whatever college you want. If you have a high GPA, you just go. They're gonna want you. Not you like trying to beg to get into a school. You're gonna get to pick, and then they're just gonna be laying there for you to be like, okay, no, I don't want you, but I want to go here because it's gonna excel me in my career, what I want to do, and it's gonna work for my resume. So that freedom to do whatever you want and go wherever you want to go, that is the key. Okay.
Thank you. Next question is, how is your transition from a community college to a four-year college or university?
Okay, I'll keep saying that. I have a very, very hard transition. It was not the smoothest, as we can imagine. Going to Harvard is not an easy thing. It sounds it sounds like it's easy, it's cool, it's small fun when you talk about that in the phone. Oh, Harvard is fun, I have this grade or whatever. It's fun, but the beginning is highly stressful. You feel out of place sometimes. That's how I felt. I felt out of place. I felt like I don't belong. This is too hard for me. I'm never gonna get it. But the thing is, as a human, you gotta learn how to. We have that beautiful of adaptability. We can adapt to the situation and make the best out of it. So my transition was a lot complicated. My first classes was a lot tough, not because of my class, but mostly because of the atmosphere and my classmate, which it's a competitive school. Everybody want to try to be better than you, even that they don't need to be better than you because everybody gonna get his own grade at the end of the semester. But everybody try to show that they're the best. So, I had a very funny story. My first classes, I take analytic classes. Yeah, this is a short, fun story. So, I take an analytic class, and I started the classes. The first day of classes, I didn't understand much. People were starting to make group in classes, like you look smart, and you look like you can do things, and then start making the smart group. So I look at one group that looked smart, and I was like, can I please join the group? And I didn't look that smart. So they say, no, unfortunately, you cannot join this group. I was like, okay, this is harsh. And I get upset. I got really upset. I got frustrated. I called my friend like, Faisal, these people, they grabbing me crazy. I think I want to kill somebody. But, literally, that's not what I meant. That's a joke. Because I'm a camera, I just got to make sure I make it clear. I didn't mean to kill anybody. That was a joke. So it motivated me to work hard. Like the first project we had, I worked like I never did in my life. I worked for a project like for 12 hours straight, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I never did that without break, without going to whatever. But I finished the project, presented the project marvelously. It was the best project ever, and that's what I was saying. I got a 98% on that grade, on that project, where the second grade was a 70. So when we finished that, I finished and I was leaving, the group of supposedly smart people came to me and like saying, we're having a study group on Saturday, you want to join? And I was so happy and so nice, and they were like, oh no, unfortunately I work on Saturday. I was paying, but no, I was the person that everybody was like, can I talk to you for a second? I have this problem. And now I pay the Boston class. I can do whatever I want. So transition is up to you. It's not where you're going, it's who you are. If you are able and willing to work hard, you always transition fine no matter where you go. That's the short story. Yes.
I mean, well, you coming from Hostos to New College, what makes you want to go to like a acting school? What would be motivation?
Like, why not? That's exactly the point. My point was, you see that young lady we keep talking about? I never intend to go to Harvard. I never planned to go to Harvard. Everybody that know me know that I wanted to go to Baruch. That was my plan. But then she came along and she was like, oh, they have this beautiful program and I think that you are qualified. Do you want to apply? Yes, why not? That's the answer. Why not?
That's a support system that
So-
you were talking about earlier. Like your friends will motivate you to want to like aspire to more.
So from that, why not? Why can I not go? Because it doesn't mean being at Hostos is you are as smarter as any other school. It's you. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be even smarter. That's what I'm telling you. In that class, I'm way above where the class are. I'm not a genius. Guarantee you that. Not far from it. But the thing is, when you start working hard, the result always comes up. If you want to go wherever you want, you just got to do the work. That's it.
So I transitioned to City. I went to City College, and the experience was actually really, really good. They had a advising for transfer students where they orientate you, and the orientation was amazing. I knew more stuff than some of the students that were there for a whole year, and I found it really valuable. But to your question as well, and kind of piggybacking what he was saying, like Hostel students are as smart, if not smarter, than four-year other college students, mainly because you come here and you have the book knowledge, but being in community college, you also have that street knowledge. You understand that you have that wittiness, like how to move. They're so to the textbook, to the book, that they miss things. They miss common sense. They don't pay attention. They don't notice the little nuances that somebody that came from like a community college would see easily. And it's like, why would I go that way? Like, that's dumb. Like, guys, let's try this side. No, but the book says that we need to go like this and like this and like this. We gotta go this way. And that's where the mistake starts happening. That's where the 78s come instead of the 98s. You understand? Because a part of the story that I feel he's missing that he told me is that he actually went out and looked for help when he went to deposit his money in the bank. He went to the bank and he asked the banker for help because the groups didn't want him in his group. He couldn't join a group, so he went out and built his own group. He went to his bank and he asked the manager of the bank, what would you do in a situation like this? And the banker had helped him. That's how he got the grade that he got. So it's like a support system, but it's also the wittiness. I bet that nobody in those groups thought about going to somebody that's already in the industry working with something like this and asking them how to do it. You understand? This is what I'm talking about. That quickness, that how to maneuver things. So don't feel less than. That's one. Don't feel less than. Don't feel that you're less than anybody because you come to a community college. And transitioning to a four-year, you're actually valuable to the teams because you give them that edge, you give them the know-how, how to go about things. They just know the book smarts.
Can't say that much because they already stated everything. It's not easy, it's not undoable neither. It's gonna be tough at the beginning, but you're gonna get used to it and go. They say if they change how to play, and it's something in Africa that I say. I say if they play, how you call it, tap tap? Tap tap. Okay, if they play the drum and they change how they play, you gotta change how you dance with it. So it's just like that. Okay, you go to a new college, it's never easy. Just look at all what other people doing, find what's good for you, and go with it, and you're gonna smoothly move in it. Thank you.
Just to add on what they said, Hostos in particular, they have a lot of different transfer programs that will help you just transition as smooth as he did. I mean, I did it when I went to John Jay College, so it's just a matter of finding where to get the information from, maybe your advisor, and the transition is going to be super smooth once you follow like the direction of your advisor or one of these programs that they have. That's about it.
All right, I have one last question and then we're going to open up to the floor. My last question for you guys is, what should one expect when they graduate from a community college, specifically Hostos?
Expect to make money. So let's go get that money. It's money time. Like, it's just go get it. Graduating from Hostos was one of the best decisions I ever made. I was gonna transfer to Lehman, and again I got convinced by the whole SGA to not transfer to Lehman, and I was gonna graduate from from here, but while attending Lehman. That didn't happen. But like I said earlier, I had my mastermind alliance with Adrian and a whole bunch of different people from a club that I started, and it actually depends on how you go about it. But because of them, I saved a lot of money and made a lot of money. Money is the way to go. Transitioning and going to another college, it gives you so many opportunities for scholarships that you technically won't even really need to pay for the college, because financial aid plus all these extra scholarships, you have extra money in your pocket. One thing that I had to get in my head is that once I graduated and I went to a 4-year school, I was always told to go to school to get a good profession, and what you need to kind of realize is that you're a professional right now. You're a professional student because you're getting paid to go to school. That's how I see it. So it's you're paying me to get an education, to go somewhere else, to leave, to get paid even more. Okay, thank you, I'll take it any day. You understand? So it's graduating from Hostos lets you see things in the bigger perspective. It's not so not so minute or so micro. You get to see the big picture of things. You get to understand how government works. I was interning with government officials and congressmen and stuff like that over the summer, and it's all of that was possible because I came here. Only because I came here. If I never came here, I wouldn't have had the opportunities that I have now. I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now. I wouldn't even be wearing this tie. I didn't wear ties before. I was just straight sweatpants and hoodies. That was me. Now I'm wearing shoes. My mom was really proud. She took pictures before we left. She was happy to see him too. We went to pick him up. But yeah, man, life changes, and it changes for the better. And graduating from here was the best decision I ever made in my life.
The question is what to expect when you graduate from Hostos. Why not to expect? You can expect whatever you aspire to. Graduate from Hostos, okay, I have another funny story. We had a meeting last Sunday in Harvard for the student government, and people were telling, oh, I came for this Ivy League, I came for wherever. So when it was my turn to introduce myself, I said, my name is Saint, and I come from Hostos. They was Hostos? I never heard of it. I'm you must be retarded if you never heard of it. It's one of the most famous colleges ever. That's exactly what I told them. You're probably stupid. That's why you know. And I was so confident saying that I'm coming from Hostos, and it's the most, everybody start Googling, what is that thing? Everybody pull out the phone to Google, where is that Hostos that this guy is so proud of. You are the person who graduated. You are the one who's gonna go in the world. So it's up to you. It's not up to, and Hostos is, as we've been saying the whole time, is one of the most fabulous schools you can get. You get here because you have personal touch. You have people that will help you personally. It's my school. Okay, you go to Harvard you ask for, okay, where is the study hall? I I don't know. Most people don't know. They could say, oh, go online and you will figure it out. If you ask to anybody that worked, if it's not his own personal job that he's doing, he doesn't know what's happening in the next door. So you can be lost, and if you don't know the campus, yes, you will turn around and around and around. Here in Hostos, you can go anywhere, you will get information about anything. So if you just step out and speak and ask what you want, you're always going to get it. Graduate from Hostos, I think they are the best graduate in the world.
All right, Hostos, like they're so praised about it. I could say that it's one of the best community college you ever have in this country. But when you graduate, it's not about Hostos, it's about you, like you said. Don't feel like it's done. I graduated, and that's it. Nah, it's when you start the real work. That's what you have to wait for. When you graduate from Hostos, he prepares you on the next path that you're going. So make sure you graduate good, but this is just the beginning. And everything that you do here is gonna like define how you're gonna handle the other stage. So make sure that you put this stage really good, really strong, and move on with it. Thanks.
So guys, what to expect when you get out of school, right? Expect to continue working. Expect to continue working on yourself. You understand? It's not like you're gonna have to read less or like study less. No, keep studying and never stop bettering yourself. You know, information is money. If whoever has that information, there are gonna be people who's gonna be willing to pay for that information that you have. Okay? Now, follow your dream. Don't ever settle for less. Do not ever settle for less. Don't allow anybody to tell you how much you are worth. Okay? You get paid whatever you want to get paid. You get paid, if you want to work a $10 an hour job, that's on you. But I'm not worth $10 an hour. No boss is going to ever tell me how much I'm worth. Okay? Just so you know. Become an entrepreneur, guys. You know, we come here to school, we learn, but use this information to open your mind. Okay? Don't come in and graduate college to go get a job. Think about being your own boss. Think about being an entrepreneur. Then transition to be an investor. Guess what investors do? They make their money work for them, not you work for money. You know, you get your time, you get the freedom, you get to do whatever you want. And lastly, travel. Guys, you understand? There is a, thank you for that, thank you for that. There is a quote that I live by. Guys, the world is like a book. Those who do not travel are reading only one page. Okay? So travel, guys. Travel and explore the world. Meet all the places. You know, I'm from the Dominican Republic. I'm from the country